Okay, it says we're live, so it must be true. Hello,
I guess so.
all. This is our second voice lesson with Monifa on YouTube. So we are getting used to the how this is going to go, and of course, everybody has a different setup, a different situation. So it's okay. Like some we can for most of my meetings, I can come a little early. We can talk about the thing. If you don't know what you need to do it, it's really quite simple. Tell them, Kim, how simple it is
It
to just
actually
click the link.
just click the link is exactly right. And if you have trouble connecting on your laptop, just go ahead and use your phone and save yourself the frustration.
Yeah. So we did have that running, but it is also Mercury retrograde, so we can blame it on Mercury. Um, so,
There's that.
so yeah, so Kim is a brave soul who jumped in right away and said, I've always wanted to be able to do this thing, but like a lot of us, she's not all that confident when it comes to this whole singing thing. No, you want to tell them why,
No.
or you want to talk about it a little bit?
Well, I won't go into too many details, but when I was young, maybe fifth grade, I was singing, aging myself here to a 45, and
Yeah.
door was flung open in a dramatic fashion, and I was asked in front of people what was dying in there,
Oh
and that it
no.
it sounded kind of like a dying or dead cow. So I just am really, I've carried that with me for a good 50 years, 50 plus years now. And
That's
um,
crazy. Who
yeah,
says that to
I could,
people? A lot of people do. They think they're being funny, but it's
and
not
it wasn't.
a
It
good look.
traumatized me to no end. Yeah, yeah. Um, I
Yeah.
could,
And it is trauma.
so
It
it really
is
is.
trauma.
And I set up challenges for myself, to do, and this is one of them. I completed one a few weeks ago in that I auditioned for an independent movie, and I wasn't even half as
Go
terrified. I
you.
wasn't. I wasn't even scared for that as much as I was terrified all day long for this. The anxiety.
That's the
But yeah,
anxiety,
yeah,
right? Like there's
right,
nothing
right,
like vocal anxiety. Like the
yeah,
nerves
yeah,
are crazy, and the
yeah.
body
So
does not agree with vocal anxiety. Like there's all the triggers go off. Like before performance, I used to have to I would want to pee like all the time, and then like my legs would shake and my ankles would shake. My mind would go blank. I would just literally forget what I was supposed to sing. Like
yeah,
literally,
yeah.
like looking at the audience. Luckily, never for like a professional performance, because by that time I had discovered, like, I figured it out before then. Um, my breath outward. So my breath outward was how I maintain sanity and get focus before any performance and get the right breath in. Because if you're too nervous, or if you're nervous at all, you can't really judge how much you're breathing. That's why we get like the hyperventilating feeling and all this stuff. You can't
Yeah,
tell when you need air when you need to breathe out, right? So
right,
that's
right.
my first step. It's how you just breathe all the way out. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do it all together in solidarity with this courageous Kim, right? And we're just gonna breathe all the way out. And what I like to do is release everything that's making me crazy and go to S's, releasing into the earth and breathing into the lower belly by releasing. Just let that relax the body even more. So when we breathe all the way out, then S's, feel like the calm going down the spine. That's the vagus nerve kicking in. toning us up, getting us grounded. We think into the earth. That's our stability. We breathe in from the earth into our belly, and we let that feel comfy. Okay. And you notice how like the nerves just come down and you feel like, okay, I'm still nervous, but at least I feel like I can think. Right?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like I'm nervous, but now I know like I'm not actually dying. There's no line in front of me. Literally. We're just dealing with
Right.
some
I don't
feelings,
really need to do one of
right?
these, and just just flight or fight. Uh,
You need to check, just like
yeah.
just checking over the desk for any lines. I think I'm good. I'm good. Hopefully. So, but that's how it feels. Like that. I mean, voice like trauma feels like I call it jumping off the cliff.
Yeah.
Anytime you have to let go and like things like high notes and all that kind of requires letting go, I call it jumping off a cliff. So basically, you have to just say it's okay. I choose to die today, and then everything relaxes. Stop fighting you so hard.
There you go.
So, but that's why, because I want people to know that I get it, that it's at least that scary, right? And that we just kind of admit that it's scary, and that helps too, right? So as we go, we're going to warm up. We're going to start with the breath again, and then we're going to just do some sign. We're not just going to jump in, and I'm going to start flagellating you for hitting wrong notes. I know people do that, and I don't. So we're going to breathe all the way out, and through the perineum, through the earth. And then when we breathe in, we're going to breathe in below the belly button. Just going to let the belly flap open. And then we breathe out, breathing out into the earth. So that's the cycle. And when we make sound, the cycle is the breath out, breathing back into the lower belly, breathing all the way out. We want it to be this easy when we allow the sound to happen. And we breathe back into the lower belly. Yeah, so we want to take this movement. When we make sound, we're going to relax to make sound. We're not going to make it with our fists. We're going to sigh. We're just going to let the sigh be as easy as the breath out. And what happens when you make sound is we need a vowel. The vowel plus the air is what causes the vibration for sound. So we're just going to say ah. Just say ah like you're talking to a class. Ah.
Ah.
Ah. Teaching how to say ah. Exactly. Exactly. It doesn't have to be anything different than that. But our biggest thing that happens when we start singing is we think we have to do something different. But the body already knows how to make sound. If you had to scream at a boyfriend, you would scream at a boyfriend. You wouldn't be like, "It's the pitch here. How do I make a scream?" Right? You'd be like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah,
And it would be very natural. It all happened very naturally. Yeah. So and or girl. So whoever may be out there. So we're gonna breathe all the way out. We're going to think ah, and then we're going to put an M in front of it. Nah. And however comes out is fine.
Nah. Was that an N?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
It
an
was
N.
an M as in Mary. So
oh, an M.
Nah.
Ma.
Yeah.
Sorry for everyone. I keep
Gorgeous.
clearing my
That
throat.
was gorgeous. Okay, so this is my favorite part. Entire world. Okay, whoever watches this. When we clear our throat, we want to cough or swallow or drink water or fluids of a nurturing, moisturizing nature, right? Because when we clear our throat, it causes more tension. and then more irritation, and then we cough again,
Ah.
and then we clear more, and then we, right? It becomes an endless cycle.
Okay.
And if it's
Yeah.
enough irritation, the body's going to throw phlegm at it to soothe it. And now you've got coughing and phlegm.
Ah.
And it's so it becomes like a wonderful cycle of clearing, coughing, and right?
Which is
That
all I've been doing all day long. Yes.
exactly. So
Okay.
so yeah, and notice that like the body's talking to us all the time. And our voice is one of the first places to tell us what's going on with us. And if we're constantly doing that, we're saying, "Oh, I'm anxious. Oh, I'm irritated. Oh, I'm," so like it's causing the start of the cycle for the coughing. And like she was telling me, it like literally feels like it's closing down there, right? And so we
Yeah.
just want to let it feel okay. If it wants to close down, let it close down. All it wants us to is relax. What we're doing is we're bringing it up
Okay.
here because we're nervous and we're like on, and so we're like here. And it's like, no, I just want to relax, right? It's trying to make some
Okay.
space. So when we breathe out, it's just going to naturally relax. Another reason why I'd start there, right? So we just let it stay there. We just don't take it back. We let it sit down there and hang out. And we
Okay.
can make sound with phlegm. I did it for the whole of my professional career. I had so many allergies and so much anxiety and overwhelm that I was
Oh
constantly
no.
phlegmy. It was a lovely perpetuating cycle that was not fun. So I know what it takes to sing, even with and through that. So we don't want to blame it for anything. We don't want to give it too much power. Okay, you
Okay.
don't have power over me, Flam. Okay, and then we're gonna sigh again. So as you breathe
Okay.
out, we're just thinking. I'm gonna say "ah" with an M on top. Right? Breathing in. No, and if it
Ma.
lands, it's fine. Yeah, and then releasing back to the earth when we're done, right? Breathing into the belly. No.
Ma.
Beautiful. And breathing back into the belly. No, even more
Ma.
breath of releasing. There you go. And let the breath out, even through the nose. We don't have to
Ma.
direct it, we just have to let it out. No, just like when we let all the breath out when we're just doing the breath.
Ma.
Again. No. Isn't that fun? It's
Ma.
easy, it's soothing. That M is giving us lovely vibrations back to the body and soothing us even
Ma.
more. And that's all the body wants. It just wants to know that you're with it. And you're not going to go out there do something crazy without consulting, right? Um, so we're consulting it. How do you feel
Mhm.
today? I can feel that
Ma.
vibration in my body, right? And so it's telling me how I feel today. Oh, I'm a little nervous, but I'm alive. I'm healthy. I'm all right. I'm gonna make it, right?
Right.
Breathing back into the lower belly. This time we're gonna go ha ha ha, and you'll see where it lands.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah. So start with our breath out, so we don't feel like we have to make the sound happen. Breathing out, remembering that's how sound happens. Sound happens when the breath goes out and down into the earth. Breathe back into the lower belly and laugh for real. Ha ha ha. That's
Ha
hilarious.
ha ha.
Yes. Like if I told you, if I wrote it in the script, would you be like, whoo, oh, oh, right? No, you'd be
No.
like, how do I feel when I laugh? Right? You would let the belly move. You would let the movement happen, right? Exactly. So when we get scared about singing, we're like, nothing comes out, right? So, well,
Right.
nothing we want comes out. So This is just an indicator. If our bodies are all tied up in knots, let's not ask it to perform an aria. Okay, let's start more simply than that. And let's warm up first. So I think a lot of like people who don't consider themselves singers are like, well, I can't sing. It's like, well, have you ever warmed up before? No. Well, then you've never given your voice a chance to sing if you haven't
Yeah.
let it do what it needs to do to be aligned and healthy and actionable, right? And so that's kind of what we're doing through, like we're doing in a funny way. We're moving through what it takes for the voice to be connected, aligned, and actionable, right? And so as we do the ha 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 this time, I'm just going to be like real clear that the ah is the sound. So when we're ready to say that, and we're doing it in this Mama Santa Claus version, then we're just going to say ha, and then we say ah is the point, and the H's are just air. We don't actually have to say the H's. So when we let that belly move, ah ah ah.
Ah, ah, ah.
Yeah, and even freer, just let the belly move, see where the sound, the voice lands. That's what we got to find out. Where's it going to land
Ah.
when your body moves this way, right? Whenever you're ready.
Ah, ah, ah.
Yeah, so
You're
that
gonna
was
delete this,
saying
right?
the H version. This time we're going to say the ah, ah, ah. Girl, you don't even know. Am I saying the right pronouns? I don't want to assume these things.
You're good.
Yeah,
Ah, ah, ah.
good.
Ah, ah, ah.
Fabulous. Yeah, fabulous. Now let's see how it goes together. Now pay attention to body as you're making the sound. Ah, ah, ah. Oh, that was interesting. My body did this. My body did that.
Ah, ah, ah.
Very good. How did that feel? What did you feel moving the body?
Just kind of closed my eyes and went with it.
Yeah. Did you feel your back or your belly move?
A little bit, yeah. Both of them.
A little bit. Yeah, both of them. Very good. Again, we do the breath out so we can be aware of what's happening, right? Because now, like if something happens, we'll know what the body did to make that happen, and we can refer. Do I want to do that again? Probably not. And then we're going to see, but what we don't want to do is tell the body what to do because we don't know what to do, right? If we knew how to
Right.
get to the right note, we would have gotten there a long time ago. So
Right.
we don't know what to do. We just know that we want to make the note. And that's all we have to tell the body. Okay? We're going to do another weird sound. Yay, weird sounds with Monifa. So the next weird sound is ooh with a P on it. And so when we are saying P, we already want to have the ooh ready to go. Like when I do that, I'm already thinking ooh, right? And then when we let it out, we just let all the air out, just like we did when we breathed out, right? So, yeah, whatever comes out is fine. Whatever comes out is fine. Yeah, it's actually really good. It's actually really good. A lot of people try to sing at me, and then I'm like, that's not the point of the exercise. All right, so we're just making sounds and seeing what happens. So we're going to say poo again. We're just going to notice, what did my body want to do? What did I let it do? Let's see if those are two different things. All right. Poo. Good job. Good job. Ooh at the vocal cord. Let's not put ooh up in our mouth, right? We think that we're making vowels, but the voice vocal cords are down here. 99% of our sound comes from the vocal cord. This is just our horn. This is just the bell of the horn up in her. This is where the action happens, right? So ooh here. Ooh. There you go. Again. Ooh. We just want more oohs. So we think because it's so short, we only need one, but our brains produce that in 1/64th of a second. We actually need at least 20 for that short sound. We need about 20 oohs all in that one sound. Ooh.
Ooh.
That's what it's gonna feel like. Ooh.
Ooh.
Good job. So what we want to do now is find a little more feeling at the vocal cord. So normally I go a little slower in my lessons because we have more time, right? We have more time. So when we do the sound, what I want you to do when we breathe out all the way, I want you to see if you can feel anything happen here.
If I can feel anything happen where?
Here at the bottom of the throat, right where
Okay.
the collarbone comes in. Yeah. So just breathing all the way out, see where it meets, if you feel anything happen. Yeah, you feel some muscles moving around there. Good job. So that's where the ooh wants to go. It's pretty low, isn't it?
Ooh. Ooh.
There
Ooh.
you go. There you
Ooh.
go.
Ooh. Like that?
Yeah. Good. Yeah, that's exactly it. Now we're gonna do
Ooh.
caw. We're gonna do a caw
Caw.
sound.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah. So ah, K on top of it of ah. Caw.
Caw. Caw.
You see how much the belly
Caw.
moved?
Caw.
Good job.
Caw.
Good job. Yeah. So if we keep moving even after the sound, that is a good sign. Right? It's a very good sign. What happens again is that we think we have to hold whatever note or when we make the note, we're holding the note that we think we're supposed to be making. Like it's a whole mess because that's not how the body works. Right. And I'm not going to give the whole physiology lesson right now, but that's not how it works. So we have to find out from the body how it works. Right. And so when we do these things, let them be an indicator. When I say words, let that be an indicator. How does it feel when I just say, "Hey, how you doing today?" Try it. Say,
Hey,
"Hey,
how
how you
you
doing today?"
Hey, how you doing today?
Hey, how you doing? Now, pay attention. What'd your belly do when you said that?
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you
Hey, how
got
you
it. Well, we
doing?
don't want to. You want
Ah,
to do it.
okay.
You see how it
Yeah,
moves? It moves.
yeah,
It moves.
yeah.
So when we sing, we think we want to hold it tight so we can support or do whatever we think we're doing. We're not. We don't want to do nothing that the body wasn't already doing to do what is natural, right? We're making sounds and notes all the time when we talk. So why does we make it hard when we pick specific ones, right? It's because we
Yeah.
think we have to do something different. Yeah.
Yes.
So ka again, see how the belly moves.
Caw.
Yeah, good. And let it
Caw.
move. The same thing with poo. We don't know how it's gonna move.
Coo.
Whew.
Poof.
Yeah, you feel how much it
Poof.
wants to just like the belly wants to
Poof.
poof when we go poop, right?
Yeah.
These are all indicators, right? So if we're not allowing this movement, then
Poof.
how are we allowing consistent sound to happen, which is hitting the right note, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so that's the thing. So we're just gonna do a few more sighs, and we're gonna do it on ma this time. So remember, ah behind
Mom.
M, lots and lots of ahs, right? Ma.
Ma.
Good again.
Ma.
Ma. Don't aim for it. Just let the body adjust. The body is gonna adjust for itself. Ma.
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 Yeah, the body's
It's
already adjusting. So if you try to adjust it more, there's going to be a whole other situation, right?
yeah.
So the body's like, oh, she's listening to me. So it's moving into position for what it's
Yes.
listening to, right? It's already, you can
Yes.
feel like if you're paying attention, you can feel the warmth, you can feel stuff shifting. And it's like,
Yeah.
we're getting in position, just get out of the way. That's all the body wants. The body just like, get out of the way, right?
Yeah.
No, just see what happens.
Ma.
Yeah,
Ma.
good.
Ma.
No.
Ma.
Good, good. Don't leave that trail. Keep feeling it. No.
Ma.
There you go. Beautiful. No. Just see what happens.
Ma.
Yeah, just feel how when it goes from up to down, how the belly kind of rolls over. Isn't that interesting? I know.
Ma.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what
Yeah.
else it wants to do. Right? Ma.
Ma.
Very nice. Ma.
Ma.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now we're going to make an ugly sound.
Okay. Oh, it's an ugly.
See? Just see what
Ah.
happens. Just see what happens. Yes. This is
Ah.
good. Okay. Ah.
Ah.
Yeah, let it go with the breath. Ah.
Ah.
Awesome. Ah.
Ah.
Yes.
Ah.
You see how the belly is just getting in there, moving some organs around. The diaphragm's like, I'm in here doing the
Yeah.
thing, right? That's how much the body wants to move. When we're like trying to make pretty sounds, right? We don't know how to make a pretty sound. We know what we want to hear. We know what we want to say. We want to know what we want. Then we can hear the note. A lot of people question, "Am I hearing the note correctly?" Because I'm not making the note. So, am I hearing it correctly? Actually, we're asking the wrong question, right? Because what you hear is what you hear. How you hear is how you hear. If you can hear, you are hearing the note. The answer is in the question, right? If you can hear it, then that's the note. So we don't need to question the note. What we want to question is, am I allowing my body to do what it needs to do to get to the note? Right? Am I allowing it to move the way it needs to move to allow for the sound that I want to have? Notice how I'm trying to eliminate the word make. Like I'm trying to move around that word because making is pushing, is tension, is all the things we just released, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we want to do. We're going to come down here and we're going to do some moving ha-has, right? Ha, 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 ha. See how that comes out. Let's see what happens.
Ha 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 ha.
Yes. Ha, 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
So good. Ha, 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, so good. So as we can tell, when we don't know what we're doing. We do better. He's like, I know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to see what happens. And then the sound comes out. Why didn't they tell me this at the voice lesson? Right? Because we have this habit. I was talking to one of my clients yesterday, the other day when I was like explaining this whole idea of doing this. She's like, "Are you going to do what you do, like for real? Like careless? You're going to do that on like in public?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." I was like, because as much as we have teachers and teachers are important, we are really just finding out things that we already know, especially when we're talking about ourselves and our bodies, right? And so I am only here for you to have an experience of your own body. I don't need to do much about that, right? I just have to allow you to be comfortable enough to do it, right?
Right.
And so that is my job. And that's my only job. And she's like, "You're just gonna do what you do? Like you're not gonna do anything different?" I'm like, no, because a lot of teachers are sending you out like they're performing. They're telling you, "I am a great teacher and I will tell you the best exercise because I'm a great teacher." All right. But there's really the only two things that need to happen. You need to have your breath available and accessible to however fast it needs to come out for the note. And that means movement, right? And then you need a vowel. That's like all you need. The body does the rest, right?
Okay.
It's like when you're talking
Okay.
to a baby and you're like, "Hi, baby. Oh, aren't you the cutest thing? Aren't you the cutest thing?" You don't plan that sound. That's just what you want from your body. You want the baby to feel nurtured and loved and that they are the bestest because they are. So you want, and you're not gonna, especially if they're sleeping, you're not gonna be like, "Hey, baby, hi."
Wait.
Right? Like that's just
Well,
there's
you don't
nothing
know
in
me?
your body.
No, no.
You're like,
"Hi, baby."
like, you do that. That's like let's play. Let's play. You get that excitement and it's like, "Let's play." And the thing is like, "Okay, okay, okay." That's the response you're looking for, right? It happens naturally. But like when we want to make a note, we make it this whole thing out of it, right? We're gonna do some more ha-has. We're gonna do more ha-has. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Beautiful. Ha 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 ha.
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 Yeah. So before we talk down here a lot, so this feels comfortable for you, but this is actually the lower part of your register. And now that we're warming up, now the voice is like, it's actually kind of low. It's a little low down here, right? But that's okay. We don't want to think of notes in terms of low and high. We want to just think of them as sounds. That way we're not trying to make it to the note, right? So when we go to a different sound, we're just like, how does that feel in the body? Ha, 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 ha.
I'm freezing.
Yeah, it's okay. Breathe out. Anytime that happens, just reset with the breath. Yeah.
Okay.
Take your time.
Could you do that again?
Sure. Ha, 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha, 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 ha.
Ha ha ha. I stopped breathing. I stopped breathing.
Yeah, we're just whenever we think more than we know, right? We stop.
Oh my. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't need to think past what we know. We know we need to breathe out. We know we need to say ah. We know the sound goes something like that. That's all we need to know. Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha ha. Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. Okay.
So now
That
you
feels
notice how how much you like, as soon as you get scared, that shuts down right off, right? You felt that?
Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
And so, like, instead of it being about, like, I can't hit the note, let's just notice that that was the trauma response that we started out with, the coughing
Yeah.
and all the
Yeah.
things, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
instead of making yourself wrong about it, just be aware. Oh, yeah, that's the habit there. Well, let me just sigh it out. So what we're doing with the sighs and all that, we're kind of retraining the nervous system that there's actually nothing to be afraid of in this area, right? Oh, no, this is the mom. No, everyone
Ma.
answers fine. Yeah.
Ma.
No. Yes, again.
Ma.
No. Now you got like schmoozy effect, right? You're like,
Ma.
let's make fun of like Marilyn Monroe or something. Like, I don't know. Who should we look like? Type it in the comments. I don't know. Let's do like I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna talk about that. Okay. But yeah, but we're just gonna see what happens. Gonna schmooze around. Mwah, mwah. But yeah, I felt like a snooty, like I don't know,
Yeah.
rich lady. I don't know. Like,
Mwah.
right? But like when we do that, that's the range. That's the range. So if we can do it for fun, then we can do it for intention, right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Saying ah. Just keep saying ah. Yeah.
Do it with you.
Keep playing. Don't get more specific on me. Stop it. Whenever we don't know, we haven't found it yet, the body hasn't gotten there yet, right? We want to see what else can we allow the body to do. Not what do I have to do. What else can I allow? Right?
Okay.
Yeah,
oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Little nervous, that's the nerves tension. That's the nervous tension. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. It takes time to untrain that. That's why we practice. That's why we do all the things, right? So we're actually getting really far really fast here, right? Okay. And a lot of people can back me up on that if they were. So remember to make it fun. Let the belly. There you go. You know what's happening here? You actually have a really good ear. That's what's happening here. You're a teeny tiny bit off and you're not satisfied. Yeah. Like, and that's why, that's why when we're warming up, we really have to not try to make notes, right? Yeah, the ultimate goal is to be aligned enough to be able to move from notes easily, move to notes easily. But when we're warming up, the only goal is to get to the easy, to get aligned, to get warmed up, right? Just like, the goal of warming up for exercise to run around the track isn't to run around the track, right? It is to stretch the muscles and get literally warm. That's the goal, right? Same thing with the voice. When you get literally warm, if we feel it freezing, that's a cool feeling. That's not a warm feeling. So we want to get the warmth back to the vocal cords by allowing it to sigh down. So we're going to breathe out. Feel that movement, that warming up. And we're going to let it stay warm. We're not going to yank it out when we want to make a different sound, right? No, the slidey one.
Moi.
Yeah.
Moi.
Yeah. And then when we are moving into the ha-has, you just need the belly to move enough to make the sound.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, front and back. Remember the back move too.
Mm-hmm.
Ha
Mm-hmm.
ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha
Good
ha
job.
ha.
Yeah, keep trying. Like when I say good job, I mean that you're experimenting and that's a good job. Yeah. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha. Ha
That's
ha
it.
ha.
I know. It's a tiny, tiny bit off. It's okay. I did it too. Did you notice? I did it too. It happens, right? We're getting used to
Yeah.
what it feels like to move through the registers. And if we don't know what it feels like, we can't anticipate it. So we have to
Right.
let something new happen. Okay. So what I want to do now actually is just have the I was going to do this. I'm sorry. I lost my brain. I lost my brain memories. I think I was just wanting to do like we're gonna go to like a ooey. So ooey. If you have to slide to it, if you have to slide through it, that's fine. Ooey.
Okay.
See what happens.
Ooh-wee.
Good.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Ooey.
Ooh-wee. 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 Ooh-wee.
Good at following your body. Yeah. But now that we're following the body, we have to follow where the body is actually moving. This, we want to be pretty stable. We want it to kind of lay there. We don't want it to move unless it's absolutely necessary, but mostly we want it to just chill here, right? So we don't have to worry about it moving because that's the plan. You're just going to stay there. All right. Now we're going to come down below the belly button. And we're going to notice what's moving there, right? Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee. My
Good
abs.
job. If we want to track what's happening, we have to go below the belly button. Yeah. We can't tell from here. Here's too late. It's too late when it gets this way. Okay.
Okay.
So let's do another one. Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, so good. So now you're noticing is that the body does a thing, and then we breathe into that, and that's where the note is. That is you can't find the note. We let the body tell us where the note is, right? And how it moves for that, right? Let's do this one. Ooh.
Ooh-wee.
Not a good.
Ooh-wee.
Now we're gonna do the
Oops, sorry. I'm sorry.
beautiful. You're fine because there's a little lag. So that's, and you do it on your own time. And if you want to try something again, you go for it. Don't worry about me and my blended mouth. Okay. So, because that's how we find out. That's where we're like, you're doing such a good
I
job
like
of
you.
like
I like
finding out.
you.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Time not wasted. All right. So, so now we're gonna do happy birthday. That's one you want to do, right?
Ooh.
Or was it Mary Had a
Yeah.
Little Lamb or Happy Birthday?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever works, whatever floats the boat. So let's figure out what's still comfortable. Let's hear it in our head first. Because I don't know about you, but me, it takes a minute. I have to, think for a
Yeah.
second, and then my body has to be like, "Hey, yeah, that's how it goes." And then I'm like, "Okay, good, then we're good. We can go." Right? So let's think about it a little bit. Like, how's it going in your head? Give me a little. Yes. So you again, you're comfy down here, and because we haven't done like because the vocal exercises, part of the things that reasons that we do them is because they actually do exercise the muscles that make our voice happen. So it does take a little bit of exercise to get in condition to do big things, newer things, all the things, right? So we're gonna come down where it's comfy, right?
Okay.
And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy
How's that feel?
birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah.
Yes. Good. So let's find that in the body. We're going to find that little rhythm again. We're going to let the belly move this time, right?
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to
Yes.
you. Okay.
Yes. So that will help immensely. What we don't often realize is that part of the direction that the body actually wants is rhythm. Like, when are we doing it? How does it go? It's rhythm, right? And
Yeah.
so we have to give it a little something for it to know when to go. Otherwise, we do that freeze thing, right? So let me breathe out. So we start out moving, and then we breathe in. So we come in moving, and then happy birthday.
Day
How's
to
that?
you. Happy birthday. Did you want me to do it?
Yes.
Okay. Let me do it
Keep
again. Happy
going.
birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Yes.
birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
There you go. Oh my God, I'm so excited, Ken. That was great. What were you
Whew.
afraid about? You're so good.
I don't know.
Like,
Oh, I won't pass out now.
I'm telling you, these things that we tell our children when they're young, like, y'all, we got to pay more attention to what we're saying
Yeah.
out of our mouths. Because when we
Yeah.
criticize somebody's voice, especially at that age, we don't differentiate between our voice and us. It's the one thing we identify with so completely, because it's not like we can go look at it in the mirror. It's just who we are. Our voice is our voice, right? Like, you tell me my
Right.
voice is wrong, I can't fix that. That's my voice. That's what I got. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
fix that. And what I make sure that everybody knows when they come in contact with me is that your voice is perfect, actually. Your voice is perfect. It's just a matter of like, do we know our voice? Are we familiar with what it's trying to tell us when it's doing the things that we didn't tell it to do? Right? Like, are we
Right.
familiar
Right.
with our body and our voice enough that we know what happened when that happened? Right?
Mm.
And that's the
Yeah.
real question for most people who have heard like kind of these comments and statements, right? And so, right, and because and maybe they did you a favor because that you've had that in your head your whole life. You've been listening for what's right, so you've been listening. There's a lot of people that think they're already right and never listen, and so you're
Hmm.
like to train their ear the hardest thing because they never bothered to pay attention, right? But you've been paying attention your whole life. That's probably why you're great at acting.
Hmm.
You've been paying attention your whole life. You know, that's a superpower, right? And so, like, now that we're paying attention to the right things, it all happens below the belly button, front and back. It's not
Yeah.
about this. This is fine, right? We just got to let it relax enough so it can be fine, right? And then we see what the body wants to do to make the thing happen. Does that make sense?
Yep. And you've almost got me in tears.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's hard
Yeah.
because it is true, though. It's just like if you got sick. I know you've heard this at least once, where if you got sick, and at first when somebody gets really sick, they're like, "Oh, my body's betraying me. I don't know what's going on, and what did I do to deserve this?" Right? Like it's this
Yeah.
self-recrimination, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then you're like, "Oh, actually, for years, I felt tired for no reason. For years, right? I've had this little pain in my right side after I eat for years." So your body's been trying to tell you things the whole time. And that's what happens in the voice. If we're not singing the note we intended, is what I call it. I don't call it a wrong note. I don't believe there are wrong notes. I believe if that's the note that's coming out, that's what your body means. So, keep singing the wrong one till the right one is available. We have to keep allowing, because our voices are for us first. They're meant to take care of us, really, in so many different ways. By speaking up for us when we need to be spoken up for, by speaking up for others that we care about, by um, by feeding back to the body the resonance of what we are realizing. That's why affirmations work, right?
Yeah.
And often don't work because we're not listening to the body if it's not the right affirmation for us,
Right.
right? And so that's what we want to do. You're a great listener. That is your strength. Anytime you want to know what's going on with your voice and do something different, listen to your body and the breath. The breath is the movement that helps you tune into the body, right? Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel?
I feel really good. I'm really teary-eyed right now, but I feel really good.
Oh, I'm so excited for you
Thank you.
because you really do. You have an amazing year. And, it's
Thank you.
just been years of not trusting your voice to do the thing yet. But now that you know it's possible, trust it more. Try some more stuff out. Be wrong until you can allow it to be right. Okay?
Thank you.
Let other things happen. It's okay.
Thank you.
Okay?
Okay.
I love you so much. Thank you so the
I love
courageous
you.
Kim. I feel like I'm gonna call you that for the rest of whatever happens in my life.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
You are my courageous Kim, and I thank you so
And
much for joining me today.
thank you. I love you so much for this. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Mwah, Miss Kim. All right, everybody. So now you know how this thing goes. Do a couple exercises and come in. And if you can decide to join me again, Kim, let me send you the
Oh,
form
I will.
afterward. I'm actually sending out the form now. And then if you ever wanted to come back by, show me what's going on, I would be interested. Okay.
You might not be able to get rid of me.
Sounds good. I love it. I love
All
it.
right.
Good. Well,
Right on.
come back. Come back for other people's
Peace.
spots too, because you learn from each other,
Definitely.
right?
Definitely. Definitely.
Peace. Have a good day,
Peace,
y'all.
everybody.
Have a good day.
Bye.